I'm Uncle Mark, welcome to the channel. We'll get right to it, working on an Impala. This is a 2003, I think this will cover 2000, 2005. May cover even a little bit newer ones. The principle is about the same. There'll be clips behind the doors, there might be some screws holding it in here and there. We'll show you in this door panel how to take it apart step by step so you don't break anything, and whatever you need to get into the door panel for. Maybe you're doing switches, I don't know. Let's get right to the video. If you like the video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and subscribe. So there's quite a few screws and clips and things holding this door panel on. First thing I would do is this one up here by the mirror. It's just a Phillips. Easily comes out. That piece stays there in this car. It's part of the door panel. You take that one out, and then we go down to the grab handle, whatever you want to call it. Your door closer handle. Now this is a T30 torque. You can get them either in screwdrivers or in sockets like this. I've got them in both, but these are pretty popular to have. That's what it looks like. You can get them in a set. Try and put in the description below. Now, this just moves towards the back, pull it backwards, because there's a clip by my right hand finger there, I'll show you in a minute. And of course this wiring harness is probably going to be maybe stiff or further in there, might be hard to get out. I'll show you the clip here, right there, see? So you want to pull it back. You want to grab the harness and just pull it out gently a little bit to give you a little more room. And they all have little clips, like right there. If you push it in and then pull the connector out. That's the theory, of course. These have been in here for who knows how long. Dirt and stuff stuck in there. Could probably even do it from the top light, but I think the way I was doing originally is the easier way. Small screwdriver though. I'd have to pry it in a couple other spots there too just to get it going. If that little clip has released itself. There you go. It is doable from the top. That's what it looks like. Gives you an idea. Well, these next one's the middle one. It's facing a different way, but same kind of idea there. Got a little clip that's holding it in. Fight with it a little bit. Push it in. And pull it out. Give it a wiggle. And this last one. And you'll have these switches out. I don't know what step we're at already. We're doing pretty good though. Set those aside so you don't break them. There's also a Phillips screw in here. Get your Phillips screwdriver out again. This one's a little different length than the first one we took out. It's a little longer. Phillips again. Set that aside somewhere. And then you might as well take this piece off that's holding your door lock switch. There's just two clips that are holding it in. That came out kind of easy. The screw holds the whole piece on anyway, so. And there's another wire connector here. Now this one, I found it was easier to just gently pry these little tabs off. Just have to move them just a little bit, so then the switch pops out because the connector has the tab on the wrong side, and it's between, well, I'll show you. It's actually right there. So there's no way you'd get at it, I don't think, clipped into that assembly. So you push it, push and pull, just like the other ones. Easier said than done. Like I say, almost need 3 hands. But you can do it. Wiggle it a little bit. There you go. Put that aside somewhere as well. Now, usually it's just some clips, but I noticed under here, and you'd miss them if you didn't know, there's a screw under there and a screw there. They're just small, 2 little Phillips. Good thing I didn't start prying and breaking things. So there's one. Here's the other one. I'll set you up. So it's about there and there. I just basically laid on my back, I think was the easiest way to do this. I say, they're not very long. They're just holding the bottom on, I guess. There's some clips though holding the door panel on as well. When you see how hard it was to get the rest of the panel off, I don't even know why we needed these screws. Just little guys. Set them somewhere safe. And use my special door panel tool. I don't know, maybe you could use a flat screwdriver, but these are made to go like around both sides of the clip. And then equal pressure to get it off. A little bit of fighting. I'll show you from underneath later on what I'm actually prying at. So you need to know where they are, so you know where to pry without breaking the door panel. If I can just release one of these. I'll show you with the door panel off too, so you'll know, have a better idea where they all are. Doesn't hurt to take a peek. Just with a little bit of gentle prying. You'll see the little white clips. So there's one there with a little jaggedy barbed wire thing on it. Almost looks like barbs. There's another one down there. Hard to see, off-white. And there's one up here somewhere as well. There's usually 10 or 12 of them holding these door panels on. You see that guy in there? There he is. So if you can get it around it and then do a little twisty, hopefully it'll come out without breaking. Amazingly, I didn't break any of these. Usually you snap some of them, especially when they're 20 years old. I noticed too there's a blue guide you can kind of see here that it's not a clip. It's just like a finger that I guess when you put the door panel back on, it lines up. So I'm going to have to just try and move up a little higher and try and get around the next one there. I see it. I guess if you had another screwdriver, you could just hold it in there to hold the door panel, you know, half an inch away and then get your door panel tool in there. Get some foam that's making all sorts of horrible noises too. So we basically got this side kind of unclipped. I want to now try and do around the bottom and then onto the other side. Sometimes you can slide the door panel tool in there when it's far enough and when you're sliding it left to right, it'll stop at the next clip. There's some on that side. And this one goes straight up. I think I missed showing you the ones on the very right side, closer to the dash, but there you can see them in my right hand. There's 3 of them there, plus that blue guide. And it looks like there's 3 on the bottom. And there's 3 on the side. Ooh, one fell out. I've got it though. I'll show you how it fits back in there. Just maybe sit the door panel against the door there, and they just kind of, they slide up and in. Show you from an angle. Pretty simple. And then they just clip in there. Looks like the rest of them did pretty good. Totally shocked. You can usually get them from a parts store, but you should bring the old one. And then there's these clips on top here that's what was holding the top of the door panel from pulling away from the window. And then there was a screw there somewhere. So just putting it back together is just reversing what we've done. I'll show you anyway. There's a couple little things you might not have noticed when you took it apart. So this top piece, you can see here there's an edge there. That has to go. It has to clip in. This bigger piece there is going to clip into these little clips here. It's going to hang on there. You might have to monkey around with it a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I had some trouble with this. I had sat it on there and I had got the whole door back together and then found out, no, it's not sitting right on the top. So you'll want to double check. I'll actually show you from the other side. I'll take you on the driver's side. So I'm actually showing you from the outside. I'm on the inside part there. I'm trying to hook that onto those pieces. This side you'd have a better view from this side. Of course, I'm filling with the wires and everything else. That should just sit in there. So we say. And if we look from this side, we're going to put those screws back in there, and that should hold the door kind of in place. And maybe what I'll do is first, you want to line those up when you're putting that top piece on there. Line these up, and then all the other popping clips, whatever you want to call them, pop clips. That's not what they're called. clips that pop in anyway snap in. That's maybe better. They'll snap in. Give it a couple of bangs once it's all lined up. But of course you want to make sure that top is lined up. Maybe after you've hit a few of those, check the top. I thought it was sitting in there properly, but it actually isn't. Anyway, we'll just take it for granted. It takes those little screws that go from the bottom. We'll take it for granted that yours is all lined up, just like this one looks like it is. Put the screws in. You have to almost stand on your head to get them in there. And they're not very big. I got quiet all of a sudden. Now you should have 4 big screws. 2 are going to go horizontally. 2 are going to go vertically. So I'm going to do these first because they hold the door panel on along with all those clips. I'm going to tighten them up fairly good. And then make sure all your wires are out just in case. Plug your wires back in. It's probably easier to do that one last. Do the kind of brownie orange colored one first. But I did them in this order. Whatever works for you. It's just this one seemed kind of short. I have to actually pull the whole harness a little more, pull it out of the door. Try and get it in there. You can't get them in the wrong spot. They're all completely different. Make sure they click in there. And then that part with a little tab goes in and under. So you kind of push it down like that. Kind of slides under and in. And the back goes down. And then we're just going to screw those 2 down with the other last 2 big screws. The ones with the torque bits on them again. I find it's easier maybe just to put them in layout first. Get them threaded and then use the ratchet to get them all the way in. Unless you're using a torque screwdriver, which are kind of handy too. But then we're going to do our power door lock switch. Snap that in there first, and then you can put it into the assembly. Locks are working now. There's a couple clips that go in here. So you kind of want to thread it through the handle, and then just pop them into place. They should just snap in, and then of course you're going to have that screw holding it on. So we'll get our little, it's the long one of the 2. Long one goes for this handle. The short one's going to go for the last part there up on the top right-hand corner of the door panel. So put this one in. Snug it up. Looks good. Now we'll do the top one here. Top right corner. And it's that really small Phillips. And it just threads in there. And we're pretty much done, aren't we? This is pretty good. It went fairly easy. You can always watch the video again if you have any issues. And there's the door panel installed. Make sure everything works. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? No sense in paying somebody to do that if you can do it yourself. It just required a few tools. Probably tools you're going to use on another job later. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe down in the corner as well. Since you own an Impala, how about some more videos on this car? I have many different videos, but I have a specific playlist for this Impala. So if you have some other issues, you can take a look there, see if one of the videos will help you out. I'm going to get going. Until next time, you and your family stay safe. Bye-bye from Uncle Mark. Please subscribe, and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.